Hello everyone, this is your regular host on the Art and Proud African LGBTI YouTube channel. We are still at the Kensington Park, London. The sun is out and shine, beautiful scenery. This afternoon, we are treating some of the questions that our viewers have been sending to us to answer for them. We've got subscribers and viewers who are in the asylum system asking us how they could access higher education while they are still in the asylum process. I'm here this afternoon with my friend who is going to answer these questions. Pearlgin, please introduce yourself to my viewers.
Good afternoon, Landre. My name is Pearlgin, originally from South Africa. So I know that you've asked me about how can asylum seekers be able to access a higher education in the United Kingdom. Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Asylum seekers, they do have the potential to access higher education in the United Kingdom, despite that they have that limitation in terms of their legal statuses. Well, we have a website that is called STAR. So this site, it helps asylum seekers to be able to access education. And within that STAR, we have Equal Access Network.
Okay.
So I'm an activist with Equal Access Network.
All right.
And what we do is we tend to talk to asylum seekers and encourage them as to how they can be able to go about accessing higher education.
Okay.
So technically, this is how the process works.
All right.
Well, a person has to sort of like identify as to what it is that they want to study.
Okay.
Some people might not have received any formal education back home,
Okay.
but in the United Kingdom, there is a way whereby people they can be able to access a stepping stone education, whereby it's either they go to a college on their local area, and they can do the functional skills, which is English and maths.
Okay.
Right, once they achieve that, then they can be able to do a research and prepare to identify exactly which university that falls under the sanctuary, that has a sanctuary scholarship.
Okay.
And so technically, as I've mentioned, that people can actually go into college and get the functional skills, which is English and math.
All right.
And if it's not functional skills, they can actually enroll on the ESOL,
All right.
and that ESOL will enable them to progress in order for them to either take in a course, because in college you can either do level 1 up until level 2, and
Okay.
some universities they do accept courses that are on level 2. Let's say, for an example, health and social care.
All right.
You can actually start up until level 2. And then from there, you can now progress into looking at universities that are under the sanctuary. So it's those universities that have decided to put themselves under sanctuary, it's because they have a specific scholarship that are designed to support asylum seekers who are unable to access the student finance.
Okay.
Yeah. But then prior to them applying for the scholarship, they need to research and find exactly which of the universities that they want to study with.
Okay.
And do those universities offer their course? Will it be convenient for them to live in that city?
Okay.
And will that city be able to provide a social network now that they're asylum seekers? And once they are able to identify the course, they then need to research and find out whether does the scholarship have the potential of funding that specific course. Like for an example, when you want to study medicine, some scholarship they don't cater for that.
All right.
Or some universities they don't cater for people who want to study nursing, because obviously we have to have the right to work. But some universities they are more lenient. They can actually accept asylum seekers to do nursing, and they have a way of how to go about enabling an asylum seeker to go and do their placement. So once they've done that, then the next step now is to write a personal statement, and they have to go into the website and see exactly, but first of all, they need to use the UCAS. We have a UCAS, so the UCAS will give you the guidelines as to how to go about making an application. So the UCAS will give you guidelines on how to write a personal statement, and what are the appropriate references, and also it will sort of like, show you the right universities that offer that specific course and how you can be able to go about doing it. And once you've navigated the UCAS website, then you need to create a portal.
Okay.
So at that portal, you'll have your ID number, and then you'll have your password. And then within that UCAS, you have to fill in all the information about you, your personal information, and also your history background in terms of your work, and also your education. That is where you then now have to upload your personal statement. So mainly the UCAS, they only need you to do about 47 lines.
Okay.
So not more than that. So if you make more than 47 lines, the UCAS will not accept it. So which means that your words should be 600, not more than that.
600 words.
600 words. And that is 4,000 characters.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once you've done all of that, then you then now need to be able to have proper reference. Referencing is very crucial. So your referencing can be either a charity that you go to, like for an example, any LGBT or a charity like Salvation Army. You can have a caseworker there, they can reference you. Or even if you are going to college, they can your tutor can actually write a reference, and they can reference you as well. But friends cannot reference you, or family members cannot reference you. It's somebody who's actually hold a specific title that can be able to reference you. So once you've done that, then prior to concluding the whole, the process of making that application, there's a space there whereby you need to choose 5 universities. So those universities, you have to research them, as I say. Make sure that they have a sanctuary scholarship, and make sure that you know that you are eligible to be able to study that specific course. And you have to research and engage in their events, because normally universities, they always have events that takes place. So you have to engage in those events and find out and how it feels like to be a student. And once you've done all of that, because technically on your personal statement, you have to mention all of these things, that okay, I've attended this event and these are my hobbies, this is what I've studied back home, this is the kind of job that I've worked in line with the course that you are studying. So you choose those 5 universities, they can be different universities, then you now have to pay. There's a fee that you have to pay. So prior to submitting your application, you have to notify your referee that, listen, this is what I'm going to do. So then before sending the application, the UCAS will notify your referee. Then your referee will have to upload your reference. And then once that's done, then you make the payment. And once the payment done, the whole application is being dispersed to the 5 universities. Then you wait. You wait for the response. So once the universities have responded, then you take it from there and see whether they are giving you offers or not. But prior to that, UCAS will migrate you from the UCAS portal. They will send you to another portal that is called Track. In that Track, you are tracking the progress of your application.
All right.
So let's say 4 universities give you offer. Once they are giving you that offer, you then now start the process of applying for a scholarship, because a scholarship is a different thing altogether. So with the scholarship, you have to write a personal statement, you have to fill in your details, and you have to, some universities, they will ask you like 4 questions. You have to ask the 4 questions, and then they will also have like a limited word count. You can't go beyond the word count. Some universities, they will just say, okay, just write a personal statement without questions. They just want to see whether are you the right fit for this specific scholarship in order for you to get into universities. So I have been assisting some of the asylum seekers, and let me tell you, at this 2021, there's about 6 students that they have their offer. They've also received their scholarship. They've had to really work really hard in order for them to get into the university. So there is chance asylum seekers can be able to access the higher education in the United Kingdom, whether on an undergraduate or a postgraduate. So there is opportunity. People must just take it on board.
Thank you very much, Pearlgin.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, you made mention about after referencing and submission of the application form, the applicant will have to pay. As you are aware, asylum seekers are not allowed to work in the United Kingdom. How much are we looking at? Is it something that is it a payment that is painless, that is affordable to an asylum seeker? What kind of payment? How much are we looking at?
Okay, so Landre, let me brief you.
Yeah.
You'll be so amazed. It's a small amount of money that you pay at the UCAS. It's just £26. It's nothing more than that.
Okay.
So that covers your whole full application form with UCAS.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pearlgin. I am sure that our viewers back home have taken that information on board. That £26 is just like processing fee for UCAS.
Yes.
It's a painless amount of money.
Definitely.
We are glad to have you here.
Yes.
I'm sure our viewers back home here in the United Kingdom and all over the world watching us, they must have taken it on board. They appreciate all the pieces of information that you have given this afternoon. It's clearly shown to us now that our questions have been answered. Most questions that have been sent in by our viewers about whether an asylum seeker can access higher education in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
That is it from me. Pearlgin has just explained to us how easy it is for an asylum seeker to access higher education in the United Kingdom. It's just going to cost you £26 processing fee to UCAS, and you have opportunity for scholarship to fulfill your dreams as an asylum seeker. Well, please keep watching, comment, subscribe, and after subscribing, send us your comments in the comment section to let us know that you have subscribed. Thank you very much for watching. We remain yours sincerely, Art and Proud African LGBTI YouTube channel. Thank you.